The trick is now to make these 9 notes a gapeless roll. And then harmonize them. Hey there, it's all about the rhythm, and to get really under the hood of a 16th groove, it's equally important to be able to play them offbeats as safe as them downbeats. Use a metronome, tap along with your foot. Really important to get that inner feedback. Then play 16th notes to this with alternate picking, and all downstrokes now are the downbeats and your upstrokes are the upbeats, the offbeats. The exercise now is 2 bars long. In bar 1 you play only the downstrokes, that makes it the downbeats, and in bar 2 you play the 1 with the downstroke, but the next upstroke you play also, and then you stay on them upstrokes until you fall back on the first downstroke in bar 3. There, I got a nice country blues lick for you. The key element is this country style bending. Bending the A on the B string in the 10th position, 1 step up to the B, and then alternating with the D, C and B on the high E string. And the same is possible 1 octave down on the D and G string. And doing the same with the G string. And the next step to get the whole lick is to connect those 2 positions with some extra notes. Hey there, just playing the notes of the blues scale here in G. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't actually make you sound as bluesy as you could sound if you would emphasize the important note. And that's in the key of G, the note D flat. It's the diminished 5th. It's this note. Slip into this with a slide, or you can play a hammer on, pull off, or a bending. And you can do this, of course, in all octaves. Pretty known bending tricks in blues are these, or this. They have all one thing in common. On the higher string you hold a note and play the same time a lower string and bend it by pushing it. But you can do this the other way around. For example, with this major 3rd in E. Now I bent the G string, the higher string, a half tone step up by pulling it. You can do this also with the minor 3rd, somewhat more difficult. Or even here, a perfect 5th, bend it to the 6th. Pretty cool. To me it sounds a little bit like a B bender. Hey there, just some talk, thoughts and advice today. I'd like you to avoid a kind of behavior when practicing what I see a lot of guitar players doing when they want to remember a riff and them chords that belong to that riff. They play everything too fast, like this. It always seems like they think remembering goes faster than if you give weight only to the chords and neglect the right rhythm and the right tempo for that riff. Every riff needs its right tempo. What they ignore is that it's all about the rhythm. You can rather play a wrong chord but stay in the right rhythm than the other way around. Always when you're relearning something, give rhythm a heavy weight. That's the only way, when you make it a habit, to get your mindset right on track. Hello, I'd like to share with you a cool hybrid picking idea. It's a 16th groove idea, and the picking hand plays a very short rhythm pattern that is going to be repeated. Down, down, up, down with the plectrum, and that up is a pull with a finger on another string. And the first picked 8th note leaves space for a 16th note played legato with the fretting hand. Could be a hammer-on pull-off or a slide. You can get really up to speed with this. This is something I really like to do, tapping harmonics. You all know that we have harmonics in the 12th fret that are really easy to play. The concept now is make every note that you want to play the 12th fret. For example, if I fret on the A string in the 3rd position, then 12 frets up in the 15th position, I tap the note and get the harmonic. It's the same effect as with the open strings in the 12th fret. That way you can tap melodies or even chords. Favorite lick and playing technique of mine. Pick a note, and the next note is always a legato note, a pull off, a hammer on or a slide. Pick, pull, pick the same note that I formerly played legato and then pull to another. Pick, slide to another. Pick, hammer to another on another string. You can create very long runs. Very cool. I've seen a lot of flamenco guitar players doing this. And when you add some double strokes, you can give this a nice twist. Hello, I guess you all know that they are easily to play harmonics in the 12th fret, 7th fret and the 5th fret. And if you play them in a special order, you can create a marvelous cascading effect. Starting with the G string above the 5th fret, 7th B, 12th E, 7th G, 12th B, 7th D, 12th G, 7th A, 12th D, 7th E, 12th A, and I add a G underneath it. This is the G major pentatonic, or of course the E minor pentatonic. just for the fun, some fingerstyle today. Travis picking, named after Merle Travis, a guitar player who made this technique famous in the 50s. I'm gonna show you a nice picking pattern to start with. Fret an easy C major chord. The thumb now plays all counts, alternating between the A and the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. The index finger plays the G and the middle finger plays the B string, playing the upbeats. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then add this nice and easy chord progression. C major, inversion of G major, A minor 7, inversion of G major. Hey there, I'd like to encourage you to see guitar chords not as fixed fingerings like they're made of stone. Imagine a song where you have to play 32 bars of only D minor. That can turn out to be very boring. Try to understand the context, the key your chord is in. For example, if this D minor is the root chord of the D Dorian mode, then try to see the D Dorian scale around it. And this is the potential you can add to your chord as color. Hello, just a fun and very old nonsense trick. But there are always new generations who do not know this. So here it is. If you need a bell sound, take 2 strings and twist them. Second bell, next 2 strings. And the third bell. Hello, just a short tip for arranging guitar riffs or chord progressions. It's not a rule or so. In general, it sounds better to avoid big jumps between them chords. It sounds very pleasing and elegant if the voicings you choose for them chords share same notes, have notes in common, and those notes should be left in that octave and not be shifted to another octave. And it sounds even more beautiful if you keep those jumps between them other notes also very small. I arranged the intro chords like this. Hello, if you like to compose a very fat and low sounding rock riff, inversions of power chords sound deeper than they are. An inversion of a power chord is when you put the fifth underneath the root. Here's the regular one, C power chord, C, G, and now the G under the C. Having a fifth in the bass somehow sounds lower. Look, here is the regular E power chord, and this is a B power chord inversion. For me, and I think also for you, the B power chord inversion sounds lower than the regular E power chord, although the E is lower than the F sharp of the B. today's tip is more addressed to the beginning rock guitarists, sliding power chords. It's an essential rock guitar playing technique to connect power chords with slides. Do this. Choose 2 power chords with 2 frets distance, for example the C power chord and D power chord, and then 1 stroke the C power chord and slide to the D. And the D has to ring. If it doesn't ring, you have lost the pressure on the way there. Also take care that there's just enough pressure to keep the sound, but do not press too hard because then the resistance will be too hard. This is an awesome 2 notes per string, left-hand legato shredding lick. The concept of the lick is a 6-note roll. It starts on the B string, picking the first note, and then a hammer on to the 7th position, pull it back, hammer on the G string in 7th position, pull it to the 5th, and hammer back to the 7th position. That's the lick, actually. Changing the top note and also add a string skipping, we get to the whole lick. Now a string skipping. Hello, I'm gonna show you a very common way of using inversions in rock riffs. Let me show you with this E power chord. Here we have the root, perfect 5th, and the root again, the octave. No third, so it's nor minor nor major because the third determines what it is. I keep these 2 notes played with the index finger and then I can play here the major third, for example, on the A string. This is an inversion of an E major, and if I lower the third, make it a minor third, then it's an E minor inversion. And in combination, I can slide into it. And this you can do with all power chords in your riffs. Hello, today I'm gonna show you a nice legato shredding lick in the key of E minor, and it's got a nice twist to it because it's a repeating lick consisting of 9 notes. Here's the lick. I'm starting in the 5th position, picking the E on the B string, hammer to the G, pull to the F sharp, pull to the E, hammer to the F sharp, hammer to the G, picking the A on the E string, hammer to the B, hammer to the C. That's it. The trick is now to make these 9 notes a gapeless roll. And then harmonize them. Hey there, this one is for Telecaster players who want to play harmonics. There's an issue with the neck pickup. The neck pickup is exactly placed where the 24th fret would be. The 24th fret has the same distance to the bridge as the 5th fret to the nut. When I play a harmonic here in the 5th fret, this creates a null position, a null of the vibration there, and also here. And you can hear this. As long as I use this pickup, I hear the harmonic. But switching to the neck pickup, it's dead. No harmonic. You have to keep this in mind if you want to play these harmonics in the 5th position. But you can also actually use it as a kill switch. Nice effect. Today I'm gonna show you a pentatonic lick I really like to play because it has a nice little twist to it. It's a sequence of 5/16 notes, so it sits somewhat odd in the beat. The sequence goes like this. 5 notes down, and with the same finger I played the last note, I play the first note. So, and now you see why I use the 6. 5. Mostly I add 3 notes in the beginning to get into position. Hey there, some jazzer's knowledge today. I'm gonna show you what a Tritonus substitute is. This is a D dominant 7 chord. D, A, C, F sharp are its notes. And when I lower the A, the perfect fifth, to the diminished fifth, that chord is called D7 flat 5. Now I'm gonna play an A flat 7 flat 5. Here we have now an A flat, an F sharp, a C and a D. The same notes. So I can replace this with this. But you don't have to play 7 flat 5 chords. It works with all kind of dominant 7 chords. D7, G7, C7, F7 can also be A flat 7, G7, G flat 7, F7. Hello, I got a nice extension for your chord knowledge. When we play a triad with the root on the A string, for example like this C minor, it's easy to play the sus version of it. This would be a C sus 4 or this a C sus 2. But when we play the C minor here with the low root on the low E string, then we can still play easily the sus 4 version. But the sus 2 would mean that I have to play this note, and that is beyond the bar. So it doesn't work. That way you can play it all. This is a C sus 2. Here would be the minor third, C minor, or even the major third. Hey there, fast finger Paul Gilbert uses some awesome string skipping triad arpeggios. I adapted hybrid picking to this. Here's the shape for the D major triad. Of course you can adapt this to all other keys. The root D on the A string, major third on the D string, perfect fifth on the D string, skipping the G string, root again on the B string and the major third again. 1 octave higher. That's it. To make it minor we have to lower the third. To make it diminished we have to lower the fifth. Same shapes on the D string, G string and the E string. G minor, G major, G diminished. This is a nice way to practice an ongoing bass and change the voicings upon it. I just played the A Dorian mode. I played a constant A in the bass and put upon it all chords, all 7 triads that belong to the A Dorian mode. Those chords are A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, G major and E minor again. And if you keep the A in the bass, it all is A Dorian, starting here and the A in the bass.